Hi friends, Deserted Games here. This time we're going to be playing some The Bridge. Now this is one of those PlayStation Plus games that came out in the month of October. Well, it didn't come out, but it was given to us in the month of October. So, I originally thought, well, because it kind of came out with Friday the 13th, maybe it's some kind of horror game, because all you see is this weird, triangle symbol thing. But I soon realized that it's actually a really cool game. So, the general premise is you have to solve puzzles. It's a puzzle game. Now, it's kind of based around a famous artist named MC Escher. He has a lot of really famous paintings. He's famous for using the multi-dimensional, you think you're looking at one plane, but soon it turns into a different plane. You can kind of already see this triangle there in that shot. So I guess what I'm talking about is and you'll even see in these coming shots, you think that you're walking along one path and that you're going to circle around and come to this other thing, but then it changes and you're on something different. So whoever developed this game thought, well, I'm going to just make a game out of this. We're going to take some of his famous paintings and turn those into kind of abstract ideas, using this castle theme and pathways that are changing and stuff, and we're going to make those mazes. And I think it's a fantastic idea. You'll see, it's got switching planes and all sorts of fun stuff. You have to use it's really simple, actually, for the controls. You have to either use the shoulder buttons, like R1 and R2, because you can use either one, or you have to tilt the controller. I noticed the shoulders work better for me. I don't know if some people tilt the controller like a steering wheel and it works better for them. But regardless, you rotate the maze around the central node and you have to try to figure out how to get from point A to point B. And as you progress through the levels, you're looking at level 3 maps here, but as you start in level 1, it's just point A to point B. And then, or even starting in level 1, they introduce point A to point B to point C. So you start in the beginning, you have to go get a key that unlocks the door, and then you go to the door. And of course they get more challenging, as would any puzzle game. And here in these level 3 ones, they introduce an entirely new aspect, and that's you have a mirror image of yourself. And it seems like you're playing as MC Escher. You can see this character has a lot of resemblances to him. He's got the facial hair, but it took me forever to realize that this guy actually has white eyes here in this game. He's got white eyes, and that's because he's dead. It took me so long to figure that out, and I felt stupid. Oh, he's dead! No. He's totally dead. He's dead. Wow. That's why his eyes are white, because he's dead. But, I've really been trying to figure out kind of what all of it means, what's the importance behind all this? There's a lot of symbolism that I'm not sure that I've figured out yet. For example, of course you have MC Escher and he's dead. That one's pretty easy to figure out. But there's, what do you call them? There's levels called, the Memorial. And that was where I actually first realized that there's a statue of him, and I was like, oh, I get it now. But, you go through these levels where it looks like some castles are destroyed, and I was thinking, well, maybe that's his house. Actually, this is perfect. You'll see right here, there's a big boom. And I have no idea what it means, what the significance is.
Whoa.
Is it his life being torn apart by some event? I really need to do some more research. I don't know if I'm going to, but I would love to know what event happened.
Whoa.
That would cause this aftermath thing to need
What
to be
happened?
a thing. We already saw that figure 8 level, but now it's all destroyed, it's in shambles. So I'm intrigued. I want to know where this part comes from. Is it just the developer? Was he just hey, let's put a little spin on it? Maybe he has depression or I guess had depression, and that's where this menace ball thing comes from. You know, there's the happy and the sad face, and he has to stay away from it, otherwise it'll destroy him. That's one of my hypotheses. Could be wrong, no idea. But I mean, it kind of makes sense, you know. My whole life, all my work is in shambles, and I have to stay away from this menace that chases me down. To be honest, I always kind of thought the menace was like the moon from Majora's Mask, or maybe just Majora's Mask itself. I don't know. It kind of resembled it. More realistically, though, I thought that it kind of resembled that painting or drawing, I guess, of him holding like a metal ball and his face is reflected in it. So maybe it's the bad guy in the game because he didn't like that painting, or he has some story about how that ball reflected his negative self-image. I don't know. This is all just going off of my hypothesis that it is his depression. So yeah, I kind of figure it maybe is the developer's rendition of that drawing there. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. If you guys have any guesses, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. I mean, first of all, go play the game, because it's super fun, some really confusing puzzles. But, like, leave a comment and tell me what your theories are about what these things mean. Also, the vortex. That's right, this vortex thing. I also don't know what that thing means. What, like, it sucks in anything around it. So, like, this menace, it also sucks in this Escher character. I just don't know. There's a lot of things. Which, I mean, this, you can already see here. I'm trying to figure out what goes in there and when to hold things and stuff like that. So, I'm less solid on what this vortex means. Pretty sure this menace thing is something like the, like depression. And then his mirror image, that white mirror image that you switch between, also not sure. Maybe it's the happy him versus the sad him. Maybe it's before he died versus after he died. I honestly don't know. Maybe it has no bearing at all. Maybe it's just to add to the confusingness of the puzzles. There are so many options that this could be, and I just don't know. So, that's a lot of fun. Honestly, I just had a lot of fun playing this game. Sure, there were some frustrating moments where I couldn't figure out how to solve the puzzle or whatever, but it seems like the developers did a really good job at emulating some of his more famous paintings. Like, there's the spiral level along with the spiral faces that he does, and then there's that famous castle painting with the never-ending walkways, and that kind of emulates a lot of these levels, really. I know there was another one. Maybe there wasn't, but you just see a lot of his style coming through. And of course the black and white, kind of into the pencil-drawn things. So, I was pretty pleased with this game. I think I would actually give it like a 8 out of 10, because one of the levels I just couldn't get past. It's the last one on the level 3. I couldn't get past that one. Also, I was kind of taken by surprise on this game. Wasn't expecting so dark, like a to the moon kind of feel, you know, with memories and death and sickness, and it just kind of had that vibe, which is great. I just wasn't expecting it. And then I wish they were a little more clear on what the different elements indicate. They have to have some kind of meaning to Escher's life, and I wish that I could figure out what they were. And maybe that's part of the game, you know, is to figure it out on your own. But I do wish it was a little more clear what they point to in Escher's life. Now let's just watch some of my first time gameplay. Do I have to do anything? Whoa, this is bizarre. Or is it a horror game? Oh, it did come out in October, just like Friday the 13th did. Maybe it's a horror game. I have to... Oh, it's like a puzzle game. Oh, it's so disorienting. Ooh, a key! But I'm down here. Well, how do I... Oh, do I have to go all the way? Okay, so I have to crush that fish block with the ball without getting crushed myself, probably. Didn't I start at that door? Holy cow! Oh my gosh, what the heck? Oh, this is super disorienting. Also, the white eyes are kind of creepy. Darn it, so that doesn't do it. What do I do then? Oh! I don't know how I did that, but I did it! I don't know. The world is a much larger place when every wall is a floor. Yeah. Definitely. Okay, how do I... Oh, that's clever. How on earth do I do this? Obviously there's an answer. Okay. This is making a little bit more sense. Oh. Hey. There we go. Oh man, that sounds like a really heavy ball. Okay, that's it. Go away. I mean, of course, do your liking and commenting and subscribing and all that junk. Tell me in the comments. I'm gonna be doing a Donkey Kong 64 playthrough, videos every Wednesday. It looks like I'm finally gonna be able to record the 64, which is fantastic, but I'm torn. I don't know if I should do commentary or no commentary, just like a vanilla playthrough. So how about you guys tell me? Yeah, just put that in the comments. Here are my social media handles, and make sure to stay hydrated. Haha, get it? Deserted Games. Wow, so funny. And okay, bye.